Remember where you put your things. Use the link method. When you put down your wallet or keys on a table out of the way, look at the table for a few seconds and focus on the visual in your mind. Second, create a mental association between the keys and the table. You can use the Barry Ritman method. Imagine there is a glass of milk on that table and you put the keys into that glass. The milk is splashed all over the table. Or you can use the Ron White method. Imagine that your keys are a grenade and they explode wherever you put them. Now, you won't be able to forget where are your keys. For memorize shopping list or to-do list, you can use any of basic memory systems, the acronym method or the sentence method, the link method or the story method, Loci method, the Roman room technique or the journey technique, or one of the PAC systems. Another great way to use the memory techniques you've learned is to keep a mental calendar. With this mental calendar, you have the dates for your work schedule imprinted in your mind, and you have no need to write them down. How does it work? Let's say you have an appointment with John on March 29 at 3:30 p.m. First step is to transform the date and hour into numbers. Then, use a memory technique to memorize the numbers. Here are some methods that you can use. Number shape method, number rhyme method, or major system method. For example, by using the major system, this date become... Imagine your friend John sitting on a couch and taking a nap near a tall miss. You can memorize the birthdays of your friends by using the same methods. Let's say that you have a friend whose birthday is on August 17th. First step is to transform the date into numbers. For example, by using the major system, this date becomes SVDG, saving a dog. Imagine your friend saving a dog from a house fire, and you will never forget his birthday. In your daily life, there are some short numbers that you need to memorize. For these short numbers, you can use these methods: number shape method, number rhyme method, or major system method. For median numbers, you can use the same methods. Here is a tip for memorizing phone numbers. An important part to memorizing telephone numbers is always linking information about the person's face with the name and the number. For memorizing long numbers such as bank account numbers, you can use the major system combined with the journey method. Here is a tip on how to create memorable strong password for your email, Facebook, PayPal, and online bank accounts by using the memory techniques. Use the sentence method and create a strong password. Take a very personal sentence that only you know, such as, "The house I live in is on 249 Down Street near church. Rent is $3,000 per year." You can then turn that into a password by using the first letter or digit of each word. Now you have a strong and memorable 22 digits password. Memory techniques can also help you in your career. You probably heard a lot of times by now that many people rank the fear of public speaking higher than the fear of death. One of the main reasons for this fear is the worry about forgetting the speech. By using the memory techniques you already learned, it will be very easy to memorize the important points of this speech, or even the entire speech or presentation, and eliminate the fear of forgetting forever. When you are confident of what you have to say, the fear diminishes. The recommended method for remember speeches or presentations is the journey, Lauchi, method. First, write an outline including all main points of the speech. Most of your speech will not need to be memorized word for word. Tip: memorizing the introduction can be a good idea because knowing precisely what to say at the beginning of a speech can help calm you down and ease you into the setting. Memorizing the conclusion is also helpful because it prevents you from accidentally falling into a concluding loop in which you continually repeat information as you try to close. Second, split the speech into chunks. Divide the speech into short, manageable chunks that are between 2 and 3 sentences long. Third, prepare a journey with specific storage locations in your memory palace or along your route. Fourth, form a picture for each chunk, then put it in a specific storage location along the journey. Create a mental image for each part. The more absurd and unique the image is, the easier it will be to recall it later. In your speech, you need to weave the mental images together. The easiest way to do this is to visualize yourself traveling along various locations, observing the pictures in order. Tip: it's always a good option to create a journey in a logical order across the same room where you are supposed to give a speech. This way, all the stages are visible in front of you, and if you are stuck somewhere for whatever reason, you can always look at the next location in your journey and can immediately recall your next point. We have already talked about methods you can use to memorize the dates and hours of your appointments, the major system. For business meetings, in addition to the date and time of your appointment, you can also use the journey method to memorize the most important topics you want to discuss at this meeting. For memorizing poems, you can use the journey method. Because some poems describe vivid scenes, you can use an imaginary palace for memorizing them. History, dates, and events. You don't need any journeys for memorizing the dates. Memorize the year with the major system. The 2 pairs of 2 digits each are converted into sounds, then into images. The event of the date becomes the 3rd image. Now, we have 3 images that only need to be linked in a memorable scene. Let's see an example. In 1492, Columbus discovered America. By chunking the year in 2s and applying the memory system, it will be transformed into DRBN or Dare Bunny. If you add to this picture a detail that represents the historical event, you'll get an unforgettable image of this fact. For learning biology, you will find very useful the sound-alike method and the link method. For example, the Latin name of cabbage is Brassica olaricea. By using the sound-alike method, you can associate this name with the sentence, brass card all over Asia. Another method you can use in learning biology is the sentence method. To remember the order of taxa in biology, think of the phrase, "Dear King Philip, come over for good spaghetti." Acronyms and the sentence method are frequently used by medical students. Here is an example. The 5 main nerves of brachial plexus. Think of the phrase, "My auntie recognized my uncle." For learning chemistry, to remember the first 20 elements of the periodic table, you can use the sentence method. Think of the phrase, Harry, he likes beer bottle cold, not over 40. Nellie's nanny might, although silly person, she climbs around kinky caves. You can remember the atomic numbers of the chemical elements by using the sound-alike method and the major system. Example: the element titanium has atomic number 22. For titanium, you can use the sound-alike Titanic. 22 in the major system is NN, so you can use the name Nixon. Imagine the ship Titanic sinking with President Nixon on the deck. In mathematics, you can remember the order of operations by using acronyms and the sentence method. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction can be remembered by the phrase, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." You can use acronyms for learning English grammar. Coordinating conjunctions in English are: for learning foreign languages vocabulary, you can use the sound-alike method and the link method. Associations can help you memorize new words. If you apply your ability for creative visualization, learning vocabulary can be fun. Absurd, vivid, or ridiculous associations are the most likely to help you retain the new words. If a new word resembles a word in your native language, create a mental image association between the native word and the new word. For example, the French word tromper means to cheat. You can associate it with the English word trumpet and a liar, Pinocchio.